policies and budget in a way wey go make sense to you.
For we flagship Sunday show We Economy, we bring you the real bread and butter issues wey dey around prices, jobs, taxes, and how policies dey affect unu pocket. We also get more programs wey dey come every week. So join we now on 98.5 FM and online at True Talk FM. This na the platform, your economy and your voice on True Talk Radio. Get the fact, get True Talk. Welcome to True Talk Radio, your home for facts, fairness, and fearless conversations about SALONE economy.
We not just any radio. We na economic governance radio station where they break down big decisions, policies, and budget in a way wey go make sense to you.
For we flagship Sunday show We Economy, we bring you the real bread and butter issues wey dey around prices, jobs, taxes, and how policies dey affect unu pocket. We also get more programs wey dey come every week. So join we now on 98.5 FM and online at True Talk FM. This na the platform, your economy and your voice on True Talk Radio. Get the fact, get True Talk. Welcome to True Talk Radio, your home for facts, fairness, and fearless conversations about SALONE economy.
We not just any radio. We na economic governance radio station where they break down big decisions, policies, and budget in a way wey go make sense to you.
For we flagship Sunday show We Economy, we bring you the real bread and butter issues wey dey around prices, jobs, taxes, and how policies dey affect unu pocket. We also get more programs wey dey come every week. So join we now on 98.5 FM and online at True Talk FM. This na the platform, your economy and your voice on True Talk Radio. Get the fact, get True Talk. Welcome to True Talk Radio, your home for facts, fairness, and fearless conversations about SALONE economy.
We not just any radio. We na economic governance radio station where they break down big decisions, policies, and budget in a way wey go make sense to you.
For we flagship Sunday show We Economy, we bring you the real bread and butter issues wey dey around prices, jobs, taxes, and how policies dey affect unu pocket. We also get more programs wey dey come every week. So join we now on 98.5 FM and online at True Talk FM. This na the platform, your economy and your voice on True Talk Radio. Get the fact, get True Talk. Welcome to True Talk Radio, your home for facts, fairness, and fearless conversations about SALONE economy.
We not just any radio. We na economic governance radio station where they break down big decisions, policies, and budget in a way wey go make sense to you.
For we flagship Sunday show We Economy, we bring you the real bread and butter issues wey dey around prices, jobs, taxes, and how policies dey affect unu pocket. We also get more programs wey dey come every week. So join we now on 98.5 FM and online at True Talk FM. This na the platform, your economy and your voice on True Talk Radio. Get the fact, get True Talk. Welcome to True Talk Radio, your home for facts, fairness, and fearless conversations about SALONE economy.
We not just any radio. We na economic governance radio station where they break down big decisions, policies, and budget in a way wey go make sense to you.
For we flagship Sunday show We Economy, we bring you the real bread and butter issues wey dey around prices, jobs, taxes, and how policies dey affect unu pocket. We also get more programs wey dey come every week. So join we now on 98.5 FM and online at True Talk FM. This na the platform, your economy and your voice on True Talk Radio. Get the fact, get True Talk. Welcome to True Talk Radio, your home for facts, fairness, and fearless conversations about SALONE economy.
We not just any radio. We na economic governance radio station where they break down big decisions, policies, and budget in a way wey go make sense to you.
For our flagship Sunday show We Economy, we bring you the real bread and butter issues where they around prices, jobs, taxes, and how policies they affect unu pockets. We also get more programs where they come every week. So join me now on 98.5 FM and online at True Talk FM. This now your platform, your economy and your voice on True Talk Radio. Get the facts, get True Talk. Welcome to True Talk Radio, your home for facts, fairness, and fearless conversations about SALONE economy.
We not to just any radio. We na economic governance register. Business not to for just make money. Now the engine where they push the economy go before. From that businessman who will make them for sales to that entrepreneur where they do massive innovation, where they shape the country in future. Kushe and Kabo now the big market. Also where they talk about business and how for make business go and change real life. Every week, we get for the talk about the things that where they happen at the market, things that like waiting government they do, and how in the affect price, profits, and other things there, and we own safe life. Small business or big business or manufacturer or investor or farmer or all get for the inside the big market talk. So sit down, open ears, listen, and join we participate every Tuesday 5 p.m. na True Talk Radio 98.5 FM. Also with the build strong business for strong country. Business not to for just make money. Now the engine where they push the economy go before. From that businessman who will make them for sales to that entrepreneur where they do massive innovation, where they shape the country in future. Kushe and Kabo now the big market. Also where they talk about business and how for make business go and change real life. Every week, we get for the talk about the things that where they happen at the market, things that like waiting government they do, and how in the affect price, profits, and other things there, and we own safe life. Small business or big business or manufacturer or investor or farmer or all get for the inside the big market talk. So
I want to formally welcome you to this important launch of this important news running out of time. SALONE. We appreciate you all for coming, and we trust you're going to enjoy. We have a wonderful time with us during this launch. Thank you all for coming as we start the program. Fortunately for us, we are in the holy month of Ramadan, and we are also observing the Lent for the Christians. So it's a beauty for us in Israel, and that's something we are proud of. To be fortunate at this time when both religions are going through the fasting period. And to start the program, it's but fitting that we call the presence of God. So, for the Christian prayers, we want to call on Madam Masi Kapia to lead us in Christian prayers.
Let us pray. Father, in the mighty name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, we enter everything into the mighty hand. We enter this launching into the mighty hand. Take full control, protect us, guide us as we come, save us all, so you take us, take us out in the mighty name of Jesus. Continue to keep us, guide us, protect us, direct us, favor us, and bless us in everything we do in the mighty name of Jesus. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Jehovah. In Jesus' name we pray.
Thank you, Mother Nasibi, from that. We want to call Mr. Alassane Jallo from Food to lead us in Muslim prayers.
Thank you. Let's pray. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahu la ilaha illa huwa al-aliyyul qayyum. ذاك السينة وضعنا حرمه في السماوات وما في الأرض أن الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه يعلم غيب أيديهم وما خلفهم ولا يحيطون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء وسع كرسيه السماوات والأرض ولا يؤوده حفظهما وهو العلي العظيم نشرنا غير فتنفر بشر المؤمنين سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين الحمد لله رب العالمين.
Thank you, Mr. Jallo. Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you again, and also want to welcome different personalities, donors, partners, senior government officials from the MDAs, the ministries, departments, and agencies, colleague partners, CSOs, the media. We want to welcome you all again and thank you for gracing us with your presence. Next on the agenda is introduction of chairpersons. And for this program, we have two people that are going to steer the ship for us. At Roots, we are gender sensitive. We have a male and a female. I will start with the introduction of the male. The male is a distinguished Sierra Leonean. He is a household name, and he has served this country for a long time in different capacities. He schooled at the University of Ibadan in Nigeria and other Western universities. As a person, is a man who loves culture. His creativity is top-notch. He has been doing a lot of things around theater, drama, you name it, communication, journalism, the media. He's a man of many talents, many experiences. He was a former Minister of Information and Broadcasting, serving the people of Sierra Leone. He's worked on several occasions with the Balanta Music of Academy. This individual is a distinguished personality. He's a mentor to so many. He has been a mentor and he continues to be a mentor to so many of us today. Even not only within his niche, I would say, but the personality alone is a testament that he has done a lot to Mama Salone. He is a founder and he leads the Premier Media Consultancy, a leading firm for media and consultancy in Sierra Leone. Ladies and gentlemen, this individual has a very rich history, a very, very long CV. I will just summarize and ask you all to please join me in welcoming a chairman for this program by giving him a round of applause, who's no less a person than Dr. Julius Spencer. I go to the second person. My task here is almost done. And second person, by no means the least, she's a woman. She's She's, yes, it's deliberate. She's a virtuous woman. She's one of the women we can boast of in Sierra Leone today. And she's a learned person. Well, it was no planned that we got two academics on the table, the high table today, but I think that will just do the job. Ladies and gentlemen, she's a professor from the Seton Hall University in the United States, the School of Diplomacy and International Relations. She is the Director of Policy and Research at the Institute of Governance Reform. She served in numerous capacities, serving our motherland, Mama SALONE. She's published a lot of work in governance, policy, and issues relating to current happenings, not only in Sierra Leone, around the globe. She is a co-researcher or investigator for the Afrobarometer, commonly referred to as AB. Ladies and gentlemen, without much ado, she has a very rich and long CV also. I will not have the time to go through all of that, but in summary, I want you all to please put your hands together and join me and welcome this individual. She is known as a person that Professor Fredlin Mokomok Hale as a
As they say, ladies first.
Thank you, Dr. Spencer. Thank you very much, Edmund, for that really generous introduction of us both. We are so proud and happy to have you here. We know that this is fast month, it's Lent as well. We know there's a lot going on. And so we're privileged that you all here with us this morning as we launch this initiative that we're very proud of, Roots. And for us, we see this as something that is really transformative. We pray for Sierra Leone. We see this as a movement that's bringing all of us together as Sierra Leoneans under the mandate of transforming the country that we love. So on that note, you'll hear a lot more about it. I just want to give that little teaser. And on that note, I will send it back to my co-chair. They say ladies first, gentlemen just behind. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Fredlin. All I would say right now is that, you know, we chose this time deliberately. Fast, Ramadan, Muslims are fasting. Lent, many Christians are fasting. So we don't have to provide food or drinks. That's a joke, really. This event, we believe, should be a benchmark for Sierra Leone. I was chair of Actually International for a number of years, International Sierra Leone, and I served on the International Audit and Risk Committee. And I was part of the process that developed one of their strategic plans, where the focus was on building social movements. And I came to believe that to transform society, we need social movements, not necessarily political parties. This effort is aimed at building a social movement. Roots is being launched today with a certain number of people in the group. But we expect that in the next few weeks, next few months, it will grow. Many, many more people across the country will become members, will share the vision, and will join hands to transform this country. Some of us have tried several methods including getting directly involved in politics. And some of us have been frustrated, may not be the right word, but disillusioned. But for me personally, I believe we have found the roots. If we all join hands in this, we will be able to see the change that we all want. On that note, I will say welcome, and we'll move on with the program. Now, the first item on the agenda after that introductory bit is a statement on the origins and philosophy of roots. And that will be done by my co-chair, not in a capacity as co-chair, but as somebody who led the process to develop the philosophy. Over to you, Freddie.
Thank you so much, Doc. And before I get to that, I wanted to just ask everybody, if you can, just to fill up the seats towards the front, although we are quite filled, but if everybody can move up to the front. And then I also just wanted to introduce the esteemed personalities that are on the panel. And so, first, on my right, we have Honorable Paramount Chief Sheku Amadou Tijan Fasuluku Sosiama III, the Chair of the National Council of Paramount Chiefs. Please let us heartily welcome him. And then you already are well acquainted with my co-chair. We then have on his side a very learned, a very well-known person who does a lot in terms of media, and this is Sister Ahmed Nasrallah, so welcome to you. And then on the extreme, we have Mr. Emmanuel Kovaya Amara, who is the chair of the Political Parties Regulatory Commission. And thank you, I'm a wonderful partner. Thank you so much. Okay, so on that note, I will just quickly take you through roots. What is roots? So you see it stands for Running Out of Time SALONE. How are we running out of time? What are we running out of time about? Why might this be an issue? So let me tell you a little bit about that. I hope everyone can see. Maybe we can turn off some of the lights. Can somebody help me to turn off some lights? Might be the slides here. That's important. Okay, there we are. All right. So for us, and I will introduce who the us is, there is this sense of the urgency of now. Now. We need for change to the now. This is why we decided to have roots. Most people, if you ask most people in Sierra Leone, they have these surveys all around the happiest nation in the world. We're not the happiest nation in the world. We're far from the happiest nation in the world. For many of us, we say, people that we talk to, they're not gladdy. A couple of years ago, people used to say, gone dry, gone still dry, petrol price, they go up, we don't see money look like say, it for buy anything. So we're not happy, we're disillusioned. We say that we are in a country that looks like it has limitless potential. We have diamonds, we have gold, we have minerals, but how much are those minerals translating into wealth in our pockets? We don't really see it. We also have people that believe, when my party's in power, Naratenge I will benefit. If the party not in power, I will benefit. But we've seen, irrespective of which party's in power, people are not benefiting. So this belief is wrong. At the same time as we have polarization, and we know this now, we really see in the APC, people who are seen as APC, people who are seen as SLPP, and there's a lot of tension, there's a lot of fragmentation, there's a lot of polarization. Whilst parties play politics, we also see CSOs playing politics. We see CSOs joining the party agenda and speaking for political parties as opposed to speaking for citizens, which is our work. Now that's what we do. When you are polarized in this way, for you to be able to organize as citizens to say, we want standards, we want you to change, we need you to do certain things for us. If everybody's polarized along ethno-regional lines, those demands become very difficult to make. We're not organized, we're not unified, we're all on one side. So this is a problem. Instead of coming together and articulating, saying what we want, we're pointing fingers at each other. We're blaming the other side for what's happening, not realizing that all sides are at fault. So this means that we don't get to talk about growth and development, which we really need if we want our minerals to actually result in change for Sierra Leoneans. We can sit and say the problem is too big for us. We'll always be like this, till another for change, or we can say, let us organize ourselves so we see the transformation that we want in the country. We know that election time is an excellent time for citizens to get what they want. So we have the next 4 years that provide a really good opportunity for CSOs to come together, for us to work with political parties, and for us to have change, the change we want to see in Sierra Leone. For us, we see that if we do not change the political strategy, if we do not change our mindset and ideas, the only thing that will change in 2028 could be who comes in. The structures will not change, and our fundamental realities will not change. So, because of all these things, the idea that we can come together as CSOs, we should not just sit and think nothing will happen. We had a meeting, first meeting at Idea Sierra Leone. This meeting was of the Strategic Reform Circle. We met a couple of CSO leaders to say, what can we do? How can we get beyond this division that we see? We met after that at, we have a Strategic Reform Circle, so that's the core group of CSOs. We met at Bama Hotel. Why? Because we know as CSOs, we have issues, we have problems. So we had a meeting to talk, meeting of CSOs from diverse angles, diverse shades, to really say, let us be honest with ourselves, let me reflect for see what's not go wrong, what we need for do for change reset, if we need for apologize, if we don't want each other, let me apologize, and let me see how we can get one word. So that was the point of that meeting at Bama Hotel. After that, we've had several online meetings to really agree to iron out what's at the philosophy of roots, what's at the direction when we get for take, and we did it collectively. So LOB said a random organization or a random person that lead the movement. We will have to get a collective for when we all be on the same page. After that, we will get a meeting with the CSO steering committee. The CSO steering committee is a large level, so that all CSOs, we want all CSOs in the country to be part of this. We recruited regional conveners for Bo, Makeni, and Kenema. And then the next level is going to be going out into the community so that we move from the CSOs to individual citizens to join the movement. Let me just quickly tell you who is in the Strategic Reform Committee and have them stand, the Strategic Reform Circle. We have, some of them are not here because they have competing things or have traveled, but we have Madam Valeria Edwin. She's not able to be here this morning. We have Dr. Julie Spencer. We have Dr. Fatu Taki. We have Mr. Chukwu Emeka Chikezi. We have Andrew Lavali. We have Mr. Matthias Moore. I'm not sure if he's here yet. We have Dr. We have Mr. Joseph Ayanda of SEND, as well as Mr. Augustin Salon with Civil Society Movement. Thank you all very much for heeding the call and for joining the movement. So now let me tell you a little bit about what is this movement. What's in our roots? What's the roots they try for do? One, the first thing I want to know, roots is non-partisan. So we know say politics really don't divide in this country. So we make an intentional approach for say roots not get any party color, it not get any party affiliation. It is non-partisan. It is a citizen reform movement. We want to shift the rules of the political game, how we play the game. Most people here watch football. I don't. But I know most people care very passionately about their teams. So you all know that in football, I can't tell you what the rules are, but you know the rules. And you know if you don't follow the rules, then if you get free, get four. I think it's penalty or something. Anyway, let me stop the football because you'll see I'll be lost. The point is there are rules. And we politicians play rules. You can look and say, what rules are you playing by? It looks like say they're not playing by any rules, but actually they are playing by rules, but they're not playing by the rules that suit you or me. So we want to change the rules by which then they play the game. We want to change the rules and change the game. So we're not trying to replace political parties. The parties have their role. We believe that parties can make a difference. So we're not a toxic political party that battle. We need political parties. Political parties can make a difference in our country. But right now, are they competing on progress? Are they? Are they? No. Rather, it is division that we are seeing. We want that to change. This will not change unless we as citizens get organized. If we just left them for play the game, they're not hearing from we as maybe the referees or, I don't know, spare players. The game will not change. So we need organized citizen pressure. We as citizens need to come together and let them hear from us so that the game changes. So for us, we believe that if we want parties to change, if we want our politicians to change, we need to change what they call incentives, what they motivate them, what they make them behave the way how they behave. We have to change those incentives that govern how they behave. We can't simply change leaders. We know that we've been changing leaders back and forth and nothing has changed. So as citizens, we believe that we can provide the pressure that can lead to that change. How do we do that? We show political leaders that we are not happy with the status quo. We show them that we're not glad with what we see right now. We want to let them see with dissatisfaction. And that dissatisfaction they get for change the way how they play the game. So we waiting and call it core assumptions or theory of change. What do we believe say we need for let things and change? We get 6 assumptions. 1, political actors, we believe that political actors will respond to incentives, they'll respond to scrutiny where people and they watch what and they do, and they will respond to reputational risk. That means we can make them ashamed, we can make them embarrassed of the things that they're doing, especially during elections. We are doing this first, this is just part 1, through contracts and economic governance. We believe that when we see what we're losing, that can help to shape the space that we have. It can help to create change around how contracts are being negotiated. If we have more money because we negotiate better contracts, we can get improved service delivery. We have improved service delivery, we can also have improved performance. The political leaders will perform better for us if we say we know what we lose by the way how they behave. Citizens can unite around shared economic losses. Where we see what we lose out on, when we know say real lots can better, that will be one motivation for us to speak to leaders and for them to pay attention to us. So even though they are divided politically, if we can come around on a shared purpose, we can change things. For let people are just dissatisfied, it's not enough. Everyone is dissatisfied. Has dissatisfaction led to change? It hasn't. Just because we're dissatisfied, people and they grumble, nothing will change. So we need to channel that dissatisfaction. We have to be organized. We have to organize our dissatisfaction in order for the parties to pay attention to us. We also believe that the fifth assumption is that elections create a window for change. It creates a window for opportunity. It raises the cost of not committing to doing what citizens want. And so this is why we said that this moment up to elections is the best time for us really to put the kind of pressure that we want to see. Low enough when we we'd also forget resistance. But even as we get resistance from people that will no one's change, if we can be united, if we can maintain pressure as a coalition, if we can be visible in the issues that we are concerned about, change will come and is coming. What are our focus areas? Right now, we said resource management is the main area for us. We're focusing on state contracts and economic governance because we don't see politics that they all side they get something. Now people that want to go inside politics because they don't say if we go past politics, now then we go get really and nothing. How do you accrue wealth? You have state awarded contracts and you have problematic processes to award those state contracts. When we can reform the behaviors around state contracts as a first, it's not the only thing we'll be doing, but this is just the first part. We can change the expectations about who gets rewarded and who benefits from politics. We want to make people know that the state contracting process is problematic through providing examples of where we have lost out because of bad state contracts. If we can reform that, ordinary citizens can contribute to increasing the revenue that the state gets. Donors, you all know the climate right now. Donor money is shrinking. We have to be able to generate enough resources to manage ourselves, and we can if we manage the state contracting process properly. Through this, we can reduce inequality, and we can start actually having Sierra Leone pay for the things that Sierra Leone wants. So on that note, that's just a brief overview of what we are thinking of Roots, how Roots came about, and the key areas for us to talk about. I'll stop here and introduce Mr. Andrew Lavalley, who will elaborate a little bit more on the vision and the program. So Andrew, if you could just come up and tell people about the vision and programs that we get. Thank you.
Good morning. So I think I'm going to repeat what Frelin said. Sometimes repetition is fine, and we're repeating because we want to put emphasis. So Frelin said we live in a country where Mother Nature gave us everything, and she's right. And he began to talk about the little progress we don't make for show, for then resources in Mother Nature gave. If you look at Tonkolili, sitting on top of over 4-5 billion billions worth of iron ore. If you look at Rutile, but still we have mining communities as the most deprived areas around the world. Freetown is a place they say you get fish. Bond, my friends from Bond, you get fish. Moyamba, you get fish. Pujon, you get fish. We have fertile lands, but tell me, why should Sierra Leone be one of the most food insecure around the world? So it doesn't matter, like what Frelin said, it doesn't matter what your language is, your mama language, it doesn't matter which region you're coming from. I think we are all not happy with where we are. And we all believe that we can do better than where we are. And so we are here because this group is carefully selected. It's a group of it might seem gloomy right now, it might seem stubborn and devastating right now, but the determination that we see across Sierra Leone, look at our friends from the regions, it gives no doubt that we are ready to push the country forward to a better future. Look at the Afrobarometer. Afrobarometer data says 94% of Sierra Leoneans believe that whichever party is in power should have regionally reflective cabinet appointment positions. So that we don't know side and pull up. We see 66% of Sierra Leoneans are saying appoint people from all ethnic groups. 70% of them are saying appoint people from all regions. In fact, there is a good number that is saying it doesn't matter which political party that individual is, appoint people from a different political party. But you are lucky to be here. You know why? Some people are just too lucky to be in time and places where history is made. And this is why you're here. We believe that, as Frelin said, if Sierra Leoneans are better organized, we can change this story together. You know, we can rewrite our history together if we are better organized. And you know what happened? Too often, leaders fail because they take people for granted. You know, and that's how, when they know that there are no consequences, they fail. So we believe that Sierra Leone, if Sierra Leone is better organized, we can overcome the problems together. All Sierra Leone has been waiting for years. I'm happy that what Dr. Spencer said about supporting ActionAid to develop a movement building. So this is what Sierra Leoneans have been waiting for. How can we get a movement that is organized to help people demand standards, improve standards? We cannot settle, say, we in the north, this is what we want, no matter what. We in the south and east, no matter what, this is what we want. Nothing will change. And guess what? The power of political parties is nothing compared to the power of organized citizens that are willing to demand standards. So what change do we want to see? We want to see a change in Bo. We want to see a change in Kenema. We want to see a change in Bong. We want to see a change in Potloko, Bombali, Tonkolili. 6 districts are named. So these 6 districts, politicians believe, whatever I do, Bonds, Bo, Kenema will always vote green, Makini, Potloko, Tonkolili will always vote red. But Ruth is here to say that could change. That could well change. We have 2 more years to see how we can change that. So we are here to not only to build a movement, but to build a wave of citizens that will be in position to change that. So when citizens understand the gap between their material well-being and that of the acquisition of a politician, they will begin to know that this thing they call politics that they die for is just a scam. When citizens know how to love themselves, they can be in position to look in their brother's eye from the same region, the same district. They say, bro, you reform am, now for correct this thing. So when citizens understand accountability at local level, if we help them, these 6 districts, to understand accountability issues at local level, you know what? They will stop blaming people from faraway places that you are the problem. So we want citizens to know their problems. And when people know that the same police officers under SLPP that will complain about you brutalizing protesters in Makeni are the same police officers under APC that will complain about that shoot protesters in Bo and Kenema. The same civil servant that we say they are colluding with politicians to design the toll road that is affecting us is the same civil servants under SLPP. They are working to increase the toll fares. When citizens know that institutions are not working in their favor, they'll begin to flip the tables of injustice. That is our hope. But as Frelin said, we will confront resistance. We know that. So the steering committee, those are the things that we reflected upon thoroughly. What are the resistance? One, the biggest resistance is what we call in-group bias. We belong to the South, we are in one group, we love ourselves. We belong to the North, we are in one group, we love ourselves. Call it in-group bias. That's the other side is the problem. So when people see themselves as in-group, they defend leaders no matter how worse they do. They support their tribesmen. I've seen people come around tribesmen who they accuse of corruption, saying, I'm a brother. And they fight for politicians who don't even know them. So we know it's difficult, it will be resisted, but such is the product of fear that has been created. The fear that Timnis should be afraid of Mendes, Mendes should be afraid of Timnis, Creoles should be afraid of people from upcountry. That's the thing. So until they make us to be afraid, and when you are afraid, you think less. And when you think less, you know what happens? Other people begin to think for you. In this 6th district, what we'll be doing with our partners is to help them begin to think for themselves. No insult intended. So there are many activities. Frelin noted some of the activities. Let me just go through some of them. We may need ambassadors from you. We may need ambassadors. So after today, you can volunteer. I want to be an ambassador for Roots. We have SOA, Sierra Leoneans Organized and Working for Economic Rebirth, a network of community radio station, the Sierra Leone Association of Journalists. How can they design information campaigns? You know, for in-group bias to be smashed, you need an effective information campaign. Because we get information from our homes, from our radio stations, from our WhatsApp group these days. So we want to test how some of the, what we call catalytic information, like the toll road, information around passport or your living condition, whether that will make you question race or whether you remain the same. So those are some of the things that we'll be testing. We'll be doing research. We'll be doing knowledge, attitude, and practice research so that we can test the efficacy of messaging. And as Frelin mentioned, we'll be doing the Citizens Manifesto. And for the Citizens Manifesto, that's why the PPRC is here, Political Parties Registration Commission, to see how we can channel citizens' aspirations as a key link within government and this group to see how that can be linked to political parties. So this is a campaign. Let me tell you who can join. I'll just finish off with who can join. If you are fed up with extremism, if you think you are powerless and there is nowhere you can show love to your country, come to Roots. It's your place. If you want your party, your APC, to change for the better, if you want your party, the SLPP, to change for the better, we're not saying leave your party. You can be there. But if you want your party to change for the better, come join Roots. If you are a young man or you are a young woman that is becoming so dejected that you don't know how to express citizenship, Roots is there for you. Come join. And if you want a new kind of politics, a politics where meritocracy is over mediocrity, come to us. There are people who say, I went for the job, I could not get a job because I'm not this tribe. This has been the complaint perennially, one party after another. Come join us, come to Roots. If you want politicians to stop hiding in strongholds, come to Roots. Come join us. If you want politicians to be accountable now, come join us. So let me finish with this old broken adage that you are the people we've been waiting for. You're the ones who've been waiting for. And as Frelin said, we are running out of time. We are running out of, say after me, we are running out of time. to convert our natural resources into wealth. We are running out of time. To convert our natural resources into wealth. To build peace among political parties. To restore the dignity of Sierra Leone at home and abroad. To review all of these bad contracts. So gentlemen and ladies, we can't wait any longer. We can't wait anymore. We have to act now because we are roots. Thank you.
Thank you, Andrew. In the United States, before the last elections, and even now, there were two phrases that became quite popular. One was MAGA, Make America Great Again. And the other one was the deep state. In 1992, when the military seized power in Sierra Leone, I believe some of you are not yet born, to cut a long story short, I went to the military headquarters because I'd been asked by the US Public Affairs Officer to see if I could intervene to get those who are taking over to do something. I knew some of them, so I went there. And they were in a session, the council. What surprised me was some of the people I saw there waiting to see them. They were people that I knew were part of the corrupt system that the NPRC said they had come to overthrow. It didn't take long for them to infiltrate the new government. What some of the reports that IGR has produced and has released has told me is that there is a deep state in Sierra Leone. We blame politicians for everything, but if it spans government after government, the same thing keeps happening, it means that there are those in the system who ensure that the system remains intact. Whoever comes in is recruited or converted, and the system continues. So it is not the politicians, for me, that are the problem. It is the deep state. And the kind of work that Roots wants to do will unveil the deep state and the things they are doing that are making you and I not make progress. So on those things that Andrew has said, if you are this kind of person, I will add, if you are a young person and you are despondent and don't see any hope for the future and believe that you have to leave Sierra Leone by all means for you to make headway in your life, come to Roots. We need to change the trajectory of this country. And some of us believe very firmly that we have found the solution. This is the solution that we have been searching for a long time. Social movement. Build citizens' unity around these issues that affect all of us, and let the politicians argue about politics. They will soon come to realize that what they're arguing about does not interest us, and they have to deal with those things that interest us. So on that note, I'll now invite Mr. Ahmed Sahid Nasrallah. At times I forget his real name, because we all call him the monk, to take charge of the next set of events.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much, Doc. I have to start by telling you that thank you when all welcome here today. Like Andrew said, we are not here by chance. We are all carefully chosen and invited for come here. And because of this, we are getting a lot for contribute to this movement. And I want to also give special thanks to Dr. Spencer for the part of this, giving wisdom in advice, and then the hindsight and everything, the experience that I get over the years. You don't work in the government, you don't work outside of government, you don't work in the media, you don't work in so many areas there. For the part of this initiative here. Doc, now somebody inside a day, and he put his heart there, he want to see result. And I work on previous occasions there. And so, when they called me by this year, what he did, I get comfort, very comfortable for the part of him, because I know say he gets SALONE heart and he want to see progress. Doc, I don't know if you remember, in the days of the war, when Doc was Minister of Information under the President, late Ahmed John Kaba, with the college, I think with the college and day, we formed a small group. The war don't tense. The war they come inside freedom. And we young, we don't know what to do. We say come together, young people there. I'm not saying good again. We get two twins them, Alassane and Alusane. So we form a movement we call Movement to Unite People, MUP. We invite Doc, we get some plans them. It's a bit you know nothing to do. You know, you fresh in a college, you get ideas, then you want to put them. Doctor the minister, we fed all kind of way. That's what we did. We go one small office when they go in a Clear Road. We fed for doc for look and they can to we look and talk to her. This is our idea. This one for contribute. Doc come. He claim that step day. He come up at the right at the building. So we all surprised. He sit down with me and we tell her what our idea. We talk to them and they go back. But the war eventually come. And so. That's not the kind of person I tell you about, and that's not the kind of myself contribution I don't give to SALONE for say, and anything we now for put SALONE go before, I want to be identified with them. It no matter if you spoil later, if you spoil or commodity and try down back, you're not nobody for try. So that's my inspiration for the part of it. When I be president of SLAG, what I'm done, I sit down, I say, what's I need to do after SLAG? Like I go to be there back and go begin the write. I don't write from Pakaba in Cheng, I start journalism. I don't write on that, I don't do cartoons. We don't do your way for race issues there, in your way, doing cartoons, satire, all kinds of things we don't do. Kids know they come. The same things there. We still struggle for light. Sometimes we like to go, me at the one day, at the course. You know, I did do something, I did watch game, or I did do important work. Fab, light don't go. You come back 10 minutes, then you go back 10 minutes. It's so annoying. You don't pay your money. You don't pay money in advance. I prepaid. You need to get the light. For most small, they are light donka. The galley for light. What's the problem? So, after this opportunity, I really think me young man, the way I tell them, I say, what's me go do after SLAG? I say, I want to form a movement. I want to form a political party. I want to register. I call Equigo in the office. They give me the requirement. They say, you forget everything. Office now, all the district there. They give me all the what they call there. I said, I go starter. You want to go to something, you must work with people there. And this morning where they come, now I post now Facebook say they launch a movement today. A movement who they urge citizens them for unite beyond tribe, beyond party lines, beyond region, and demand better governance and accountability. And I get past several messages and calls there. What are you stake in this? And the purpose you ask me, what are you stake in this? I said, SALONE. That's how I respond to the other one. I said, the first person is SALONE. The other one, they asked me, who are the people behind this? They want to know the faces. I said, me na one party. You don't see my face. So people are concerned. People want to know. People want that kind of social movement they are for channel the frustration and everything where they are bothered right now, we don't have to see change. So I'm happy for the year today. That's not how I came about for coming here. I'm not going to represent any organization here. Of course, we get a new president of SLAG. So I'm not represent SLAG. I can represent myself as a Sierra Leonean and as somebody who believe in the cause for say, we need to give up on SALONE. We need to come together and work and see what we will for contribute, for make sure say we hold leaders them accountable. Not only we leaders them. Don't talk serious thing. We always talk in normal conversation there. The deep state, the state inside the state, the politicians they come and go, but there are people who entrench inside the system. Then are the system, and they get the system, and they all are. You didn't see their face there. The face that you see the politicians there, the ministers, you see every day. By the time they say 4 or 5 years, or someone 1, 2, 3 years, they don't plan, they don't show their face back. But there are people who maintain what they did. It is full service, they did it. That's where the problem is. Okay, so my task today, other than those outside, my task here today is to chair the program for the unveiling of the logo and also the website and then the Roots Creed. So today, not to initiate the launch, we did launch a commitment, an idea and a commitment from all, not just we on the high table. They don't talk over and over and again. Roots, they remind us all that Sierra Leone is a rich country, but yet it is struggle unnecessarily. We don't get a fact there. And this is not the time for citizens for think how governance and politics for practice will benefit we all and the country. So at the heart of Roots, it's a simple but powerful reminder. We don't talk about this now. Sierra Leone is running out of time. And now is the time for we, as citizens, to mobilize, organize, and play your own part. For ensure say this country take the right path to development. The logo we can launch today, now you design, because my design. But it represents three things. One, the logo normally na identity, na identity, na your face of any organization. It also represents the purpose, and it also represents the vision. So the root logo, as you can see with the president of Velam, I don't know, I can talk this first before you have Velam. It feature two maps of SALONE. We spell the roots, R-O-O-T-S. You have the O and the O, now two maps there, two SALONE maps there that they will put there. And you can see the two maps there touch each other on the side. So if you go into the one, the other side, you go into the other one. What does it symbolize? It also symbolizes three things. One, unity across regions and tribes. The second, shared national unity. And the third one, citizens coming together to rebuild their country. Three things. So the message is clear. Our future will not be built by any outsider. Our future will not be built by one particular group. It will be built together when we see ourselves in each other. That's the message. Ladies and gentlemen, it is therefore my singular honor to invite the president of SLAJ, Alhaji Manika Kamara, to do the official unveiling of the Roots logo. Mr. President.
That's enough, so that is fine. I don't carry age now. Good afternoon, everybody. On behalf of the Sierra Leone Association of Journalists and my humble self as a senior citizen, I feel blessed to be here this afternoon to join you all to unveil this logo. Like my predecessor was saying, Mr. Ahmed Said Nazgala, we've been discussing this issue of forming a movement even before we enter into SLAJ executive. Because it's been a while. We've been trying several ways to see how things can work, but unfortunately, we are yet to get what we wanted. And we decided to go into SLAJ so that we can make a difference using the media. Thankfully, with his administration, we were able to convince the government to repeal one of the laws that Dr. Spencer and the rest have been fighting for over 50 years. The Part 5 of the 1965 criminal libel law that criminalized free speech. With his administration, we were able to convince the government to repeal that particular law, and since 2020 to date, we have so many media development laws, but yet we want more. As an association, we recently revamped again our campaign on a standalone chapter on press freedom and freedom of expression. These are some of the concerns that Roots seeks to address. As citizens, it is our responsibility, it is our right to freedom of expression. Nobody has the right to limit our expression. For as long as whatever we say or we write is within the ambit of the laws, we are free to say so. Whether you're a political party member, whether a civil society activist, a journalist, a market woman, a traders, Okada rider, bike rider, you have the right to say whatever you want to say for as long as what you are saying is within the ambit of the laws. No one should threaten your life for that. So we hope that as citizens, each and every one of us here will join SLAG in that campaign. We are not campaigning for SLAG. We are campaigning for the citizens of Sierra Leone. And I'm here again this afternoon to join this organization to unveil this logo, which for me, I believe it is more than just a symbol. Like Ahmed was saying, it symbolizes something else. If you look at it, it bridges the gap, the tribal gap, the religious gap, and even the political gap. Most people do say the only thing that holds us together as a nation is religious tolerance. But for me, I also believe that intermarriages also hold us together. Because I am a Madingo, my wife is a Temine. Somebody here is a Fula, and his wife is a Mende. So we are still interconnected. So we still hold us, that still also holds us together. The only thing that I have problem with is political interest. And there is no way we should allow that political interest to interfere within our religious tolerance. Once we allow that, we are done. So I believe Roots will be the third thing that will hold us together as a nation, if only they continue with what they've already started. I attended the last meeting and I made my point very clear. My elder brother, Andrew, was there. And this is a very good initiative. We all need this as a nation. We need to speak beyond political parties' interest. We have only one Sierra Leone. Dr. Spencer was talking about the war. I was a school-going pupil by then. I have no children, no wife, but now I have 2 children and my wife. If we have any unrest, how can I run away, leaving them behind? So we need to unite as a nation. We need to come together to work in the interest of Mama Salone. We only have one Sierra Leone. APC, SLPP, UNDP, PMDC, we are all Sierra Leoneans. Let us work in the interest of this nation. On that note, let me use this opportunity to officially unveil the Roots logo on behalf of the Sierra Leone Association of Journalists and the Roots membership. I thank you all.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. President. Thank you for gracing this occasion on the invitation of the Roots members and for unveiling the logo. Thank you so much. I want to recognize one of our senior colleagues also, Umar Farouk Sise. Umar, I must be said, you're right. You're right, for SALONE. You're right for the system, but within you get where you can do nothing really change. Nothing really change, yes. And I remember Andrew, within a college, Andrew, within a college, we don't really talk about moral rehabilitation. You remember, Andrew? You remember? You can say something,
Yes. Good morning. Indeed, I don't write for so many years. My first article where I write was published in West African magazine in 1989. after which we graduate now can college can work with Roy Stephen at Chronicle near somewhere around there, Dr. Lahai Taylor in home. But anyway, members of the chair, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good morning, or good afternoon rather. When I received the invitation to speak at the launch of the Running Out of Time Salon, it arrived just days after I published an article titled Ethnic Architecture, Constitutional Scars, and Sierra Leone's Blueprint of Failure. The ensuing debate, its rebuttal, disagreement, and uncomfortable truth seemingly reached Mr. Andrew Lavalley and the team behind this initiative. That is how I find myself here today. Not as a spectator, but as a participant in something Sierra Leone urgently needs. What first drew me in was the name itself, Running Out of Time. It is not just branding, it is a warning. It conjures an image of a nation standing on a platform waiting. The trains of reform and renewal pull away, while we argue about tickets, direction, and who deserves a seat. That urgency reminds me of the late Gambian poet and surgeon Larry Peters, who wrote so many years ago, "It is time for reckoning Africa, time for taking stock." Too long, we have dragged our slippered feet through rank disorder, incompetence, and self-defeat. Distinguished guests, those lines are not history. They are a mirror, and the pattern must end now. We must utilize the nowness of the moment. As a Sierra Leonean poet Solida once said, the nowness of the moment must be utilized. Sierra Leone not only loses time due to broken roads, unreliable electricity, Sierra Leone also loses time dangerously when dialogue collapses. Social media gave us platform, but too often those platforms have become arenas. And as the noise rises, a quieter threat expands. Silence. Silence driven by fear, fatigue, or a conformity that punishes independent thought. We see it when a voice is judged by accent and the argument is dismissed. We see it when citizens hesitate to speak because they fear what it might cost them. We see it when those who speak are told to produce courtroom proof for every concern inside an environment that is sometimes hostile, impatient, and unforgiving. These silences choke progress. Let me illustrate this, something painfully simple. Think of the Pampana and the Mua rivers. That should be source of life. Yet we all know the stories. Water turning murky, fishing and farming disturbed, communities downstream paying the price for upstream mining. When a river becomes a risk instead of a resource, that is not politics. It is a national emergency. And if that cannot outrage us into action, then we are running out of time. So let us speak plainly. If after 66 years of flag independence, we remain trapped in criminal poverty, we are running out of time. If we can't speak to each other as siblings from the same womb, then we are running out of time. If rivers carrying harm downstream can no longer move us to action, we are running out of time. If our political cracks have become an express highway for others to loot while we defend wrath as loyalty, then indeed we are running out of time. We must also face a tough truth. Some failures, as previous speakers have said, are built into the system. We inherited a state design more for control than for service. We replaced leaders but kept much of the machinery. Centralized power, gate-kept opportunities, and uneven citizenship. Election then become battles for the keys instead of moments of stewardship. Plans get disrupted, institutions are reshuffled, projects start and then fall apart. Development cannot thrive amidst constant reset. So what do we do practically? First, as the organization is trying to do now, restore the dialogue. Facts are not attacks. Questions are not betrayal. When people cannot communicate, everything becomes an argument. When accountability is weak, every argument feels like an assault. And this is why root matters. A platform like this can help us establish guardrails that will outlast party and regional interests. It can assist us creating a citizen manifesto, a people-owned national agenda with clear, measurable goals that every government must report on. So the national question is no longer whose turn is it, but rather what did you deliver and how do you measure it? Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, if we keep merely managing crises, we are running out of time. But if we begin building durable systems that reward merit, protect truth-telling, and demand results, then we still have time. That is why I am proud to endorse Running Out of Time SALONE Roots, a network dedicated to expanding our national dialogue and advocating for reform. Before it becomes too late. I will stop here before I run out of time. Thank you very much.
Right. We now move on to you see this the monk fellow, he can't give me the mic and he say, well, I make a comment on waiting for who couldn't see. I'm going to comment on waiting for who couldn't see. Yes, but that man is a master of, is a wordsmith. I tried to be an academic. I did not stay long enough to become a professor like Fred Lynn. I left, I'm now a businessman. And off it comments by waiting Farouk say, you are not giving me trouble.
On that note, thank you very much, sir. Thank you so much, Mr. Farouk, Umar Farouk Sisi. So we continue with the unveiling of the website. So movement like Roots do not live in rooms like this or in meetings where we hold our meetings. They live, the reality is now they live and flourish online. So the Roots website will serve as a platform for ideas, engagement, and citizen participation. It will allow Sierra Leoneans at home and in the diaspora to connect with the movement. The website is also a form of visibility. Root is not intended to remain a conversation for a few people only. It is designed to become a national conversation, accessible to everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, and I have the pleasure and honor to invite the Executive Director of Budget Advocacy Network, Abubakar Kamara, to unveil the website. Round of applause, please.
Thank you. When people heard about BAN, it's more around public financial management. And for us, as we can see, as part of our movement, is to really push for how we as Sierra Leoneans can benefit from our natural resources. But that has to go with how do we manage our resources, starting from how do we manage the revenue we collected, and how do we expend these resources so that every individual in Sierra Leone will benefit. I read the reports published by IGR around contracts, and there are many of these bad contracts in Sierra Leone, both from the revenue aspect and both from the expenditure aspect. And in fact, currently, what we are losing from the revenue aspect is more than 4 to 5 times more than what we are losing at the expenditure aspect. So which means we are really running out of time. And this website we're unveiling today is a platform for all of us to discuss these things. How can we unite to ensure that Sierra Leoneans benefit from our natural resources? So today, I stand here to unveil this platform, which will be for all of us, as Monk said, a platform to share information around what we do and how can we challenge those structural issues. You know, Umar Farouk mentioned one thing, and I think Dr. Spencer also. Government go, government come, but yet still the problems remain. So which means there are structural issues that need to change, and that is why we are here for. And if we do not push to change them now, then we are running out of time. In the website, we have places where we call on all Sierra Leoneans to join this movement. Irrespective of whatever field you are, whatever you are doing, but we are all Sierra Leoneans who want to ensure that we succeed as a country. So on the behalf of the membership of Roots, I officially unveiled the website for Roots. So this is the platform where we want to encourage all of you here to share so that we can have as many people as possible to join this movement for the betterment of Sierra Leone. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bakar. So now we've come to the next unveiling, and that's the heart of the Roots movement. The unveiling of the creed, the Roots creed. Every movement needs a moral compass. The Roots creed captures the belief, the frustration, and the hope of ordinary Sierra Leoneans. It reminds us again about 3 things. 1, Sierra Leone is a rich country. We are rich in resources. Poverty is not inevitable. Citizens must no longer remain passive or silent. The time is now. The Roots Creed is a statement of commitment from us, the citizens. A commitment to change how governance and politics are practiced in our country. So it is particularly meaningful that the Roots Creed will be unveiled by a representative from the blind school. This reminds us that every Sierra Leonean, regardless of circumstance, has a stake in the future of our country. And I have the honor of inviting Rosalind Conte to unveil the Roots Creed. A big round of applause. Yes, can someone help her today? You able? Okay. They can't sit there. Can't sit there. Okay.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good morning. My name is Rosalind Princess Grace Robert, a proud pupil of the Annie Walsh Memorial Secondary School. Ruth Creed. As a citizen, I know that Sierra Leone is a resource-rich country that has suffered years of poverty, and necessarily, I believe that by pitching one group, one region or tribe against the other, our politics is making it difficult for me to join forces with others to overcome the poverty we all suffer. I believe that if our leaders commit to open and better management of state resources, Sierra Leone will have sufficient resources to take care of all of us. I cannot continue to sit by while the institutions that should take care of my life continue failing. I therefore commit to changing the way governance and politics are practiced because we are running out of time. I commit to amplify good ideals and work tirelessly with others to make Sierra Leone a better place. Please, can everybody stand up and recite the good creed? After 1, 2, 3, read.
I believe that by pitching one region, one tribe against the other, our politics is making it difficult for me to join forces with others to overcome the poverty we all suffer. I believe that if our leaders commit to open and better management of state resources, Sierra Leone will have sufficient resources to take care of all of us. I cannot continue to sit by while the institutions that should improve my life continue failing. I therefore commit to changing the way governance and politics are practiced because we are running out of time. I commit to amplify Ruth's ideals and work tirelessly with others to make Sierra Leone a better place. Thank you very much. Round of applause for Rosalind. Thank you so much. So that's a personal commitment we are making as citizens of this country. We all should commit, and the line that I love there, to work with others. Forget about the color, forget about the region, forget about the other considerations and circumstances. Let's work with each other. Let's see each other in us. So ladies and gentlemen, the unveiling of these three items, the logo, the website, and the creed, marks the public birth of Roots. At the ceremony this. But the success of Roots will not depend on this ceremony that we have held here this morning. We've just made a commitment, personal commitment. So it will depend on what all of us do after here, after today. It depends on what all of us do after today, after we leave here. Because if there is one message that should stay with us, it is Sierra Leone is running out of time. And the responsibility to act belongs to all of us. And the time is now. Thank you very much.
And thank you, young lady, for launching the Roots Creed. Unfortunately, I could not recite it because I cannot see to read. So I rely on my computer. That's why I have this in my ear, for those of you who don't know. My computer reads, and therefore I can follow. I forgot to download it. You see, old age. Now, I will now hand over to my co-chair, the professor, to take us through the next session.
Thank you so much, Doc. And thank you, a beautiful rendition of the Creed. Proud product of the Annie Walsh School indeed. You see what Annie Walsh produces? Very well done. I went to Annie Walsh also. Anyway, so next we have special endorsements. Mr. Umar Farouk Sise has already kicked us off by a beautiful, as Dr. Spencer said, how can we follow the wordsmith, the master wordsmith? But it was a beautiful call to action. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for leading the way in terms of really, you've been such an active voice of critique for what's going on. And your discussion and way of seeing how Roots can address that means a lot to us. And your commitment means a lot to us, sir. Similarly, we have others, eminent personalities, major in their communities, who are here to also provide their endorsements of what Roots is standing for. Let me now hand over the mic to Honorable Paramount Chief Sheku Amadou Tijan Fasuluku Sosiama III, the Chair of the National Council of Paramount Chiefs. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Madam Co-Chair, I want to appeal to you for letting you allow me to give me a short statement. I've been wondering, Andrew, why you called me for attend this meeting from last week. And I'm tired today. And I would not prepare a speech now because I'm the first time this why they attend any root meeting. But I belong to an institution where no get and they overnote. So we are expert for learn on the job. Having said that, members of this high table, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, for all which I don't listen this morning and this early afternoon about the formation of Root, I want to make this short comment. This country is a country where very good for put ideas together. But for all the idea, then they over time, we wonder all the time we put an effort to put this idea together for shift this country from point A to plan B in a positive direction. Where Madam Co-Chair categorized or named the members of the steering committee of Root, I think I should be over 80-90% of them already. Because in my 21 years of chieftaincy, I don't meet them people there along the line for personal issues and for future issues. Me na posse where they create new forum there every day, SALONE, they put me there as the National Chairman Council of Chiefs. But some of the objectives they wouldn't make them forum there with 24-hour far. Somebody they start for bring religious business inside. Somebody they start for bring a own personal business inside. At the big, if we are really running out of time, we have to go the aims and objectives of Root. Because as I say, as Sabi una all, and we were doing this all, I doubt for it 200. The public self Sabi will. If they doubt the sincerity, the trust, me not to a pessimist, but I'm afraid Root says will run out of time. And they say this for the records because me a paramount chief. I don't see case there in this country where then they say then they decentralize. But in the true sense, there is no decentralization. Today, we were in the chiefdoms, the councils, they're supposed to be responsible for development. But certain things, and if you go now roads, chiefdoms, they right now, no get good roads, or no get water, or hospitals, they no get medicine. Sometimes where do you even complain? The councils will tell you the budget, as I be this for over 10 years, every day they clamor on budget allocation, this, that. What they put in paper, in the true sense, it's not the rich side is supposed to go. We were common and village or older than very familiar with it, they call Bompamai or last say Vaseline. Waiting me know this Vaseline that the pour, you put the index finger inside the Vaseline, you put on your palm, you rub the Vaseline or Bompamai purpose. But the Bompamai the inside bottle, then the rubber and pawi, they say then the grease your body. That make the body dry because the Bompamai not the rich power skin. So I want to appeal and draw to you personally. Akaya, I not consult, not my colleague Paramount Chief because I not be know if you will take road deeper. But I want to show now, if this country know better, we did not the firing line. This are not afraid for talker anywhere because if politicians are not the respect to any time not to tell who they go towards election. Now we are the only crop of people where they born picking the way will pass where election they come. Then they always call a lot of born they are speaking. That's why when there's a change of government, we would always get trouble. And know what they say, because if they are alive to conduct 2028 election, it would not be the 5th election when we don't go through as Paramount Chief. I know. And I don't be Chairman Council of Chiefs 2018 election. I don't be Chairman Council of Chiefs 2023 election. Their community they will serve. They no sabi councillor, they no sabi honorable, they no sabi minister. You they sabi. In fact, something in the way no go right, then believe say you join the government for full length. We say if root no help we can start to lose credibility and then start to doubt we. And that to me not trouble. With the current structure, we get some words the way no get representation. And me, without I not belabor the point. I believe say my colleague they respect me small. And I not be commit any crime now this afternoon if I can't play the National Council of Paramount Chief endorsement we root in aims and aspirations because we stand to benefit when it really work. Now Konoa come out where diamond no come out the way my mama no born it. But if you go there today, now get city where no get pipe borne water supply. So I can tell who's make on they call this a city where the basic pipe borne water supply no day now. I'd also be Dr. Julia Spencer for over 40 years women have been student at the lecture in Angela University College. As I be this power, as I be the empire, we don't jam. So at the big one. You are not allowed to start to make number route. PRSP1, PRSP2, no number this route at the big one. For God and Abby, if it be only route, not to route number 1, route number 2, route number 3, that thing is if we don't run out of time again. Now thank you.
Thank you, Paramount Chief. Chief, we will not get for do route number 1, route number 2, route number 3. This get for be route full stop. And I'm really glad the way you put we on notice for tell we say, let we not do something where they start fine, then it not get for end fine. By the grace of God, we not plan for let this year end. By God in power, this is something we go take over the whole country. We get for continue. But I'm really glad the way you don't put me on notice for let we know say really as we don't start, let we continue. Let this year come out fine. Thank you, Chief. The next person that I want to call forward is Mr. Ibrahim Seri, President of the Keke Riders Union. Mr. Seri, please, you're most welcome. And I welcome and please.
Assalamu alaikum. Of course, me are glad when they bring Keke by this kind program. Roots, they think say Keke with all what we said in our small corner, we important. I tell you na plenty thank you, we na recognize we. And we say for glad because we will not get. Now we are the legal hustlers and streets. If SALONE poil, would they feel and pass the politician there? We not get side for go. Some of we, even we parents them inside the world, now they will lose. There was some of our parents them. So Sierra Leone, na no more sabi. And if the roots don't begin this step, Wallahi, Keke Riders Union, we do it to 100%. And one thing we are continuing for Sir Glady, Dr. Spencer, Asabe am a small. They don't dare at the war front for talk. Thing no change. Thing don't old. Thing no still change. Sierra Leone no easy. Sierra Leone need prayer. Sierra Leone need prayer. We don't change leaders. We don't change governments. We don't fight war. We don't kill people there. We don't chop. We say we don't burn houses. We still Sierra Leone no changes. We are running out of time. Here, like how me Paramount Chief talk. Let we not get phase 1, phase 2. Now one route day, and I assure myself I get the belief. Say this route, then go open with minds. Wetin make Timni man they married Mendeo woman? Problem not the day. Me come up from Kenema, but I born at the north. I go be chairman at Kenema. Problem not the day. Can't be president. People in Africa, now the north, they vote for me. I'm from Kenema. Problem not the day. Why a camp on national politics? Problem for them. Why? Because most of them politicians, they not get what they for tell we the truth for saying that this how they do. Waiting in the hide power. Where SLPP can have power. Timni man, una all can suffer. Where then they go, APC can have power. Mende, una all can suffer. Now the method and this, the cow they divide. The post on a waka 2027, then they can't have palava for both SLPP and APC arguments. This they go born, then they host, then they go kill, then they picking. We are running out of time. We need for push, for levy, because first thing, when election they come, we they get their engagements there. Then they go in at the provinces. For tell the people for say we all are one. Some of we will be done the about 25 years I've been in a bike riders union. We go outside for go and sensitize about non-violence, hate speech. Now we see ourselves as one family. Then they all don't die down. What did happen? Civil society, then say don't go inside politics. He get the APC side, he get the SLPP side. We are running out of time. The imam there, it's a religious council. He get SLPP imam. Again, APC imam, SLPP pastor, APC pastor. We are running out of time. We are heading to? Sierra Leone need prayer. We are running out of time. Even in prayer, we are running out of time. We go to first say they pray 2 o'clock. Now they don't count to 1:30. We are running out of time. We need prayer. We know they are more for can talk just for talk sake. We they are for do at least let we able change. Let we go to we classroom them. If we dey na the north, if you see they say you picking na red house, na green house day, na last that house they can. If you dey na Mende line, you picking if you dey na red house, that house they don't can last. No same sense, no? We are running out of time. All the resources go on the mining side. Affording Iola. 3 of us. With all the PhD, they will sabi all this truth. But they clap for them back. In terms of politics, go to the license. What to expect? Alibanize Ola. Go na Wataki. The foreign investors and now they get the best trucks there. Guinea, even when you are being host like this, pass through a citizen. Before, then they have parents. If the rent way for it, foreigner don't get her. We politicians, they sit down and then consent. Go Abidjan. Now reality, country then, you no need for go America, you go to England, for know the reality. We now have sabu problem then. But the best people are where they carry we. Now brothers sit down for far too long. They don't forget their family safe. Some my pastor tell us say now your uncle this, you not sabi again. Now they carry we so. As he gets small thing, he get a bank account in America, he get a bank account in England. Then we then they call we keke, una go protest. Under me regime, nobody know they send keke again for protest. We say we are running out of time. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's just correct that young man. Julius Spencer not old. Julius Spencer is elderly. There's a difference.
Dr. Spencer is seasoned. I mean, I tell you, say you're not old, you're seasoned. Thank you so much, Mr. Say. You know, we say we need for pray for we country. I mean, you talk about good things then, but we want to really strike me now for pray. And the need for let we be united and let this really be the one thing where we do, let it not scatter. Let me call on Haja Marie Bob Kande, the president of Market Women's Association. Haja Marie, if you can come forward and give you statements as well. Let me welcome Mama Zidikam.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Assalamu alaikum. In Jesus' name. Mrs. Mokomok invites me now for do endorsement on support this root issue. So before I get for endorso, I not get for endorso, I get something to say. The people who put the slogan say, we are running out of time. Without even don't run out of time. Now repair, no more for will make sure according to the line. Because the thing the way they happen, you know good today, you know good tomorrow for everybody. Now take example, me na timini, typical timini. Me man na me mende. But for more married, I don't get problem with her, instead not get problem with my family. Now when politics come, they try for cut me middle. For say, married to not to say many man or nothing, na many man married are more inatimely. I never see that day. Then the dangerous issue of they play with, running out of time, we picking them. Young people, look what they happen. They don't bring Kushkan in this country. They don't destroy most of you today. Nobody know they talk. We are running out of time because waiting do. Now all of them also now carry up the carry so Dr. Jesus Spencer look and I see so they be the work and ways they shake now ways so they shake again better because waiting do anything it get limit for talk safe it get limit. We will form civil society movement that this country during the war. We succeed. Why we succeed? Because we all be the work collectively. Nobody would have belong to this party. Nobody would belong to this tribe. Where they say for go no more. But now, we don't separate, we don't divide ourselves. They affect me greatly. It's on side they me, I know they go to. Because I don't say if I talk of anything, they make any good impact, pass for class me other way. So, this route here, make no route, let the route no route. We want for big embark on civic education. Civic education, people that don't want to get for identify again. I know them, on ourselves know them for say they do civic education, they write books. If you go to the police, what you for do, if you go to court, what you for do, they people every day. Lord try for identify, they don't bring them again by this root, let the roots no go root. Yeah, so that that civic education there, it go help we for enlightening people. Me believe for say Salone people are also very peaceful and respectful. The only thing we lack na lack of information. If we get correct information, it will help we for learn something in there with a shaper without we not even go beat anybody or go meet anybody. And like every time I market will not get party politics. We are people the way we work for sing and dance. But because of the thing where they happen, so they don't classify we, they don't try for divide we totally entirely at the marketplace. Now if you go to market, you get challenged in SABP, you get challenged in APC, then they deprive we because like who they give education to market to money, make them understand. But because of the politician, we don't give the avenue for enter. Where they don't enter now, everything is scattered. We are running out of time. Now the election, it 2 years. Almost 2 years and they can we get formation route. They ambassador the way say they for identify more people and embark on civic education. People let them know their rights and their responsibility. That will help roots for their roots go before so that they will not go run out of time. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you, Haja. Haja don't tell we say let root no root. It don't tell we say now one country we get, and these are the same thing with the president himself they say now one country no more we get, and let we do civic education. But I don't say roots, so we were there now for just launch roots, but we plan for go out now the communities for talk to everybody. For let citizens then be involved. See, this not get for be just something with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people in Japan. That's something we anticipate will be nationwide. So we all as citizens get for there, get for take them on board and get for take them at heart. So now let I call on Ms. Fiona Ngima, President of the National Union of Students Sierra Leone, a woman president of NUS. Let me clap for her. If they are, it don't come. Okay, if you don't carry it, then let call on Madam Philippa Credo, when are the President of Children's Forum Network. We don't say we Pekin and they do Boku work. So they are our future, they are the next generation. Please give her a round of applause.
I think Nene clap for me because I want to clap for me back. Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. Now they see me. Good afternoon, everybody. Me name is Philippa Credo. I'm the National Children's President for all Pekin and Salone, and we do under the Ministry of Gender and Children's Affairs. We are sit down and listen to all the statements where everybody be the game. And of course, one thing where most of the time people can fail for realize now that where trouble can a country, whether they suffer the most, now they picking them. And in relation to that, that's really connected to how they form the Children's Forum Network. We don't necessarily say in the country where we live, when it comes to development, issues like this, there are some children that are put for quite a very, very long time. And we don't affect a lot of people, more especially the beginning of this country. So if we reflect back, way back in 2000, I know some me wait to map here, I don't want me doing that same day. But way back 2000 and even the 1990 to 2000, we know say history tell me say Salone experienced the 11-year civil bloody war. And that was very devastating. It was really cruel. And we see say our Pekin then become victim of that particular war. Because of that, then they get for form the Children's Forum Network. The Children's Forum Network became in existence, and the other name for CFN are the Children's Parliament. Now a platform where they bring Pekin them together to talk about issues them where they bond them. And also sometimes someone will ask say how Pekin take related to issues we get for do with national development. I know that there are certain times when it comes to election, Pekin and not get for vote, but obviously the actions then where leaders that they make, they reflect on picking them cut across the district. And we don't see in as much as there are certain situations like if they misuse the funding, if they not do according to the plan, it is say it affect the picking there. Because that fund where they don't misuse, where corruption don't come in, therefore don't use them for build schools, now that deprive community there, therefore don't use that for empower more picking them for reach their fullest potential. At this moment, now a very critical moment with the approach, more especially the election. I can remember back, there was a time when we began some riots, people began come out. It was so saddening for some picking them when we see parents that they go to school for go take them picking them from school. That moment was really shocking, and we see how we affect certain picking them not for even going to school. This is an endorsement. The Children's Farm Network definitely get to embrace this initiative because when problem can SALONE, the beginner they become the most vulnerable. As Children's Farm Network, I want to say officially that we get to embrace this particular initiative. We just look forward to see how it will become more effective, how they go for target the right people then, for make the right change. Because over the time, I don't get a lot of stories, I don't ask a lot of questions when issues that has to do with real problem. But I'm glad for the fact that organizations and initiatives like this, they come up on board. One for say how we will continue for go down the town, down the deprived districts, more especially when they come closer to the election, how they will continue for engage the young people, how they will continue for engage school picking them. Because as I tell you that, most of the young people, including myself, know little or less about this war. Past way people they explain you. One for see how they will continue to engage more school going picking them, how they will engage more university students about it. Because we've seen several times when riots or issues like this they come up, what are they show? Now the young people them. I don't in a situation where I don't see a lot of me age mates them, students they say, we ready for war. I don't see why they talk this because they don't really experience the war itself. And from the stories around there, there's a time where we invite Dr. Spencer, we explain, give you the stories then, and we don't get sessions. I don't learn a lot. Me in particular, I will encourage somebody for even involved into riots, into hate speech, because I've learned so much from waiting people that don't tell me. So my message we are the same, not that I will continue to engage young people then, more especially the school going people then, the university students about the essence, and for me we really understand the information. In conclusion, I want to say thank you so much. We fully embrace the information, and I know say we never run out of time. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Philippa. So let me ask you, we say children are our future. Children are also our present. When you hear Philippa talk, do we have any doubt of our future? Do we? We don't. Can we please give her a round of applause? Very well spoken, very well communicated. Thank you, Philippa. And I want to tell you, say indeed, yes, this is something we picking and get for Depan. University students and get for Depan. We plan for get a world tour where they go. We don't talk to people that are Unimark, EBA, Frabe College. So we get students that we get for definitely they on board. So no hesitate, no worry. Okay, thank you so much for that. I will now hand it over to our seasoned co-chair who will take us through the rest of the program. Thank you. Dr. Spencer.
Thank you very much, Fredlyn. Well, now we come to is it the climax? The high point of this event, which is the official launching of Roots. And the person who is going to perform that function for us is no other person than the chair of the Political Parties Regulatory Commission, Mr. Emmanuel Amara. Over to you, sir. Let's give him a round of applause.
The detachable joint chair present, members of government, the Fourth Estate, our partners in development, I bring you greetings from the Political Parties Regulation Commission. It is with honor and pleasure for me to join you today at this official launch of Running Out of Time SALONE Roots, an initiative that seeks to promote economic reform, citizens' engagement, and meaningful national renewal in Sierra Leone. The lights it all. Let me begin by commending the organizers of this consortium for conceiving and advancing such a timely and important platform. At a period when our nation continues to reflect on the future of governance, accountability, democratic participation, and economic transformation, Roots offers a welcome opportunity to deepen public engagement around issues that matter profoundly to the lives of our people. The Political Parties Regulation Commission recognizes that democracy must not only be about elections, it must also be about ideas, policy choices, responsible leadership, civic participation, and institutions that respond to the aspirations of citizens. In that regard, the intent behind this movement resonates strongly with the broader democratic goal to which Sierra Leone must continue to aspire. Ladies and gentlemen, the mandate of the Political Parties Regulation Commission is clearly rooted in the Constitution of Sierra Leone and the Political Parties Act of 2022. The Commission is charged with the responsibility to register political parties, regulate their conduct, monitor their activities, and ensure that political parties operate in accordance with the law, democratic principles, and the requirements of good governance. Our role is not merely administrative, it is fundamentally democratic. The Commission exists to promote transparent, accountable, inclusive, and peaceful political participation. We are committed to ensuring that political parties serve as credible vehicles for democratic representation and national development, rather than instruments of division, exclusion, or instability. In fulfilling this mandate, the Commission continues to work to strengthen internal party democracy, regulate political party activities, provide guidance on compliance with the law, and mandate where necessary in order to preserve peace, order, and democratic stability within the political space. We also engage political parties and other stakeholders to ensure that electoral and political processes are conducted in a manner that enhances public confidence and national cohesion. This is why today's event is significant. The vision expressed by Roots, particularly its focus on mobilizing citizens constructively and encouraging issue-based engagement in governance, is one that deserves recognition. Sierra Leone's democratic future will be stronger when citizens are not passive observers, but active participants in shaping public policy, demanding accountability, and encouraging political actors to compete on programs, ideas, and national solutions. As a commission, we believe that political parties function best when they are challenged by an informed and organized citizenry. A politically conscious population helps to elevate the quality of public debate and encourages parties to focus on policy, development priorities, institutional performance, and national unity. This, in turn, strengthens democracy and contributes to peace building. My fellow Sierra Leoneans and our partners in development. In recent times, the Commission has remained actively engaged in the discharge of its constitutional and statutory responsibilities. We have continued to monitor and supervise the activities of political parties across the country, particularly in relation to internal democratic processes, compliance with party constitutions, and adherence to the Political Parties Act and the Constitution of Sierra Leone. The Commission has also been deeply involved in efforts aimed at promoting dialogue, mediation, and regulatory oversight within political party space. In the course of our recent work, we have paid particular attention to lower-level election processes within political parties, the development and review of internal rules and regulations, the handling of complaints and petitions, and the provision of directives to ensure that rules and regulations, the handling of complaints within political parties, stay within the confines of the law. We have further continued our institutional reform efforts, including the strengthening of monitoring and evaluation mechanisms, shareholder engagement, strategic planning, and the building of partnership. That can improve the Commission's service delivery. Our overarching objective remains clear: to build a more responsive, effective, and credible regulatory institution that can support democratic consolidation in Sierra Leone. It is important to note that the work of democratic regulation cannot be done by the Commission alone. It requires collaboration among state institutions, political parties, civil society consortium like Roots, development partners, and citizens themselves. Democracy flourishes where institutions are respected, laws are obeyed, civic voices are heard, and national interest is placed above narrow considerations. It is therefore encouraging that Root does not seek to replace political parties, but rather to engage citizens and help shape a more issue-driven and reform-oriented political culture. That objective is consistent with the democratic spirit we seek to ensure happens. As we look ahead to the future, especially towards the political and electoral milestone before us, it is our hope that platforms such as these will help shift national attention toward constructive engagement, inclusive dialogue, sound policy alternatives, and the strengthening of institutions that serve the public good. Let me assure you that the Political Parties Regulation Commission remains committed to its mandate. We will continue to work impartially, lawfully, and diligently to regulate the political party system, safeguard democratic order, and support all lawful efforts that contribute to peaceful political participation and national development. That is why we say to encourage participations that are driven by objectivity and not by emotions. To encourage participation in politics that are driven by ideas and not ethnicity. We at the Political Parties Regulation Commission remind Sierra Leoneans that no politician, no matter who he or she is worth dying for. No politician is worth taking an assault for. No politician is worth your life. Let politicians don't use the citizens as though they were at war, using citizens as human shields, where they should discuss issues and actually foster ideas that will help the country. They rather use citizens to demonstrate. Let me take your minds back. When have you seen a real active politician that campaigns for demonstrations by citizens have his son or daughter or a member of his household participate in a demonstration? And oftentimes what happens when those demonstrations occur and the law enforcement comes in? You are at the mercy of the law enforcement. They deny you. They reject you. They offer you on the altar of their own desires. Even when you stand trials, they don't even go to show their faces to represent you in court. Why would you want to take to the streets and demonstrate for a politician whose interest is not you, but to just get power? Let the politics change, and change for good. And that is where we at the PPRC see roots as a solution to the real problems in Sierra Leone politics. We see roots as that entity which will actually encourage engagement in real debates. Politics is not war. Politics in democratic situations, in democratic countries, is about ideas. If I am running left, tell me how to run. If running left, we are a bad way to run. It's not a matter of you taking people out on the streets. It's not a matter of you encouraging people to actually involve in acts that will offend the law. We have many platforms right now in Sierra Leone. Let politicians be encouraged. Those who are interested in politics be encouraged to use those platforms and actually sell out their ideologies. Remember, one principal responsibility of political parties is to actually shape the political ideologies of the citizenry. So every political party in Sierra Leone and in any democracy ought to have an ideology. An ideology, and your ideology will be shaped around the economy, social policies, and things like that. Roll those ideologies out to the people and give commodity to buy. Don't you let citizens refrain. Rather come to ban, like it was clearly said, rather come to roots, like it was clearly said. If you are so disgusted with the politics in the country that you cannot stand on a leg, this is your place. Come and let ideas be debated, and that will make better our politics. The PPRC rolls out this message through this day to the people of Sierra Leone that no politician, no matter who that politician is worth dying for. No politician, no matter who that politician is worth having you assaulted for. If they cannot sell their ideas to you, their ideologies to you, if their ideologies are not sellable, then don't buy what is not there for sale. Come to roots and let the ideas develop so that Sierra Leone, the democracy in Sierra Leone, will become a better democracy. In conclusion, I wish to congratulate, running out of time, SALONE on the launch, on this launch, and to encourage all stakeholders to embrace the spirit of constructive engagement, patriotism, and reform that underpins this initiative. Sierra Leone stands to benefit greatly when its citizens, institutions, and political actors work together in pursuit of a shared national interest. I therefore, at this moment, accordingly, and for the people, for and to the people of Sierra Leone and our partners beyond, launch the Running Out of Time Sierra Leone Roots. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Now, whilst we are setting up for the signing of the MOU, I want to urge all of you can go on the website and register now. I will just disagree with the chairman of the PPRC slightly. There is nothing wrong with demonstration. There is nothing wrong in being called to go out and demonstrate. But if anybody is calling you out to demonstrate, make sure they are in front. Not only their children, they themselves should lead the demonstration. But in other countries, you see the politicians leading demonstrations. In Sierra Leone, you never see them. They are not even at the back. They never get involved. Ordinary citizens, exactly. Ordinary citizens are the ones who go and demonstrate for politicians who are probably comfortably in their houses drinking whiskey like I would do. So, please go on the website and join Roots as we set up to have the signing of the MOU, which will be done by the chair of the Political Parties Regulatory Commission, Regulation Commission, and the coordinator of Roots, the professor. You can sit and sign. Thank you very much. The MOU has been signed, and we're drawing to the... Let's give them a round of applause. Let's give ourselves, all of us, a round of applause. Thank you. As we draw to the close of this program, we will now invite Ms. Lucy Aliu to give us the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, everybody. Well, I believe we've had it all. So I want to appreciate Una for where Una live Una busy schedules them for come and be part of Roots. We already are, we really don't decide for the part of Roots. I want for you, please. Who don't know get the link yet, please, may put your hand up when they send the link quick. So we pray that as we don't can also end there for make sure say roots dey before, we no go just go back so. The roots no go roots, but go make sure say the roots tinap tranga one. I want to tell you all thank you.
Thank you very much. As we dey close, I think we have to take a group photograph and now go down Bokusu. Yeah, okay, we'll go now to go take the group photograph. My final word today is that indeed we are running out of time. The world is moving on. As we see what is happening around the world, not just the Iran-Israel-America war, but the kind of xenophobic reaction now taking place in many countries. In the past, people were rushing to go to America and spend the rest of their lives there, go to the UK, go to other countries in Europe. What we find happening now is that there is a movement to get rid of those of us considered foreigners. In America, people are now afraid to leave their homes, even to go to work. You get stopped on the streets, arrested, deported. There's at least one person I know of who was a senior government person, spent about 20 years in the US, was deported recently, I think last year, to Sierra Leone. In the UK, there have been riots against immigrants. So, if we not make this country when we own, there'll come a time, politician or ordinary citizen will have nowhere to go. So we need to make this country into a place that we can all be comfortable, where the majority of citizens of this country can live happy and fulfilled lives. And that is the commitment that we are making today. Those of us who are part of the Roots movement, and we believe it is going to become a massive movement. So, as we close, my final word to the politicians is una radio with a calm. It's not a threat. I told the DJs at 98.1 that in the near future, we have to start paying whenever I play any song. That is coming with the Copyright Act, which is currently being reviewed and will be implemented soon. I say, well, go left for play SALONE music. No, doesn't matter. SALONE music or foreign music or anyone you pay, the station will have to pay. So start preparing yourself. We've given them playlists. Start getting used to having a playlist. Anytime you go on air, prepare so that when the time comes, you will not be found wanting. So my message to the politicians today, across the political divide, whatever political party you belong to, is prepare yourselves. Change is coming. Change is coming whether you like it or not. Change is coming. And you'll either change along with the change, or you'll be left behind by the change that will overtake you and leave you behind. So thank you all very much for having been here. Let's hope and pray that you'll remain committed to this ideal and we'll all work together to ensure that it succeeds. The final word I leave to my co-presenter, the professor.
Thank you so much. Well, you don't talk, waiting left for me for talk. Thank you, Dr. Spencer. Dr. Spencer, don't tell me, say it's not a threat, but it's a promise. Change is coming, and the change starts with us. When we are mobilized, when we are serious, when we don't decide, so we not allow the politicians and for divide we, there's nothing that we cannot do. So let us commit to change. Let us commit to joining Roots. Here is the website. Please go on. It's VIVAVOYAGES, vivavoyages.co.za. Press on that. Go to Join Roots. Share it to everybody that you know. We want to get at least 20,000 signatures by Independence Day. Let the politicians know say they're not going for take we lightly. They're not going for play with we. We are serious. Not a threat, but a promise. Thank you all so much. Roots. Group photo outside. Hachiba is going to help us. And then after the group photo, please come inside. There's refreshments, and for those who are fasting, there's packages that you can take it with you. Thank you so much again, everybody, for coming.
Makes sense to you.
For our flagship Sunday show We Economy, we bring you the real bread and butter issues where they around prices, jobs, taxes, and how policies they affect unu pockets. We also get more programs where they come every week. So join we now on 98.5 FM and online at True Talk FM. This now your platform, your economy and your voice on True Talk Radio. Get the facts, get True Talk. Welcome to True Talk Radio, your home for facts, fairness, and fearless conversations about salon economy.
We're not just any radio. We're an economic governance radio station.